Who is in the top 10 this week? Welcome to the top 10 highest CGC comic book sold on eBay, March 23rd to 29th. Coming number 10, we have Batman issue 3, CGC 3.5, blue label, off-white, the white pages. This book came out in 1940. First Catwoman in costume. The asking price was $5,395, but it's actually sold for $5,099. So let's go over the Heritage. Unfortunately, there's not too many that was sold on Heritage. There's only two I saw. This one right here, this one sold as high as $3,360. That is an increase of $1,739. And this was back in June of 2019. And then let's swing one over. We one sold for $1,553.50 back in November 2014 there. Coming number 9, Amazing Spider-Man issue 1. Second appearance of Spider-Man. This one came out in 1963. Grade CC 2.0. Asking price was $5,750, but it's actually sold for $5,175. So let's go over the Gold Collect. Gold Collect right here. We have a 2.0 right here. And then we'll go here, and this book sold as high as $13,200. So that's a drop of $8,025. According to Gold Collect, the fair market value is $5,250. I mean, it's sold for $5,175, so it's close to gold what the fair market value is. However, they did report this as $5,750 instead of $5,175 there. And let's go ahead and see. Let's see here. I'm trying to find there you go, $13,200. That was sold back in October of 2021 there. Coming number 8, Avengers issue 2, CC 9.4, white pages. According to the seller, he did want to mention that the Hulk leaves Avengers team. This book came out in 1963. The asking price was $6,060, but it's actually sold for $5,302.50 there. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 9.4 right here. And this book sold as high $10,157.50. So that is a drop of $4,855. This was back in February of 2009. So it sold that high though during this is not even COVID time, 2009 right there. Let's go one more right here. We have a 9.4 right here, and it sold for $8,400 back in September 2022. Coming number 7, X-Men issue 1. This one came in 1963, CC 3.5. First appearance of the X-Men team, and also Magneto there. The sold price was $5,388.88 with 38 bits. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have an old label right here, and this book sold as high as $19,200. So that's a drop of $13,811. This is back in March of 2021. And then let's swing one over, and we have one sold for $14,400 back in January 2022. And then we got one more right here. Let's another 3.5, also sold for $14,400 back in August 2021. Coming number 6, Incredible Hulk issue 181, CC 8.0, white pages. This one came in 1974. This one sold for $6,468.71. Let's go over to GPA. Okay, GPA with 8.0 right here. Let's go across. And this one sold, okay, so let's go over this 9-day average, 12-month average, 2024 average, and then 23 average. So it seems like this what was sold seems pretty high there. But this is good for the comic book market. And this one sold, the book sold as high as $10,800. So that's a drop of $4,331. Don't seem like Gold Collect reported the sold price yet. 7 was reported in 2025, high $5,177 and low $3,050. And the one that was sold for down 800 was back in 2021 there. Coming number 5, Incredible Hulk issue 181. This was came out in 1974. Grade CGC 9.0. Final auction price was $6,550. So let's go over to back to GPA here. GPA right here 9.0. Let's go across. So this was the one that we just sold on eBay. 9-day average, 12-month average, 224 average, and then 223. So a lot of red arrows. So let's go down here. And this book sold as high $15,158. So that's a drop of $8,608. And then 7 was reported by GPA in 2025, high 7,000, low 6,550. So that's the lowest in 2025. And the high that was sold was 15,158 back in 2021 there. Come number 4, Incredible Hulk issue 181, CC 8.0. This has got a yellow label. It was signed by a couple creators, Trim Wan and Stan Lee, and the asking price was $8,299, but that should sold for $7,884. So let's go over to GPA and 8.0 right here, and go across right here. And this was the one that was just sold on eBay. 9-day average, 12-month average, 2024 average, and then 2023 average. So seems like that's the highest that it's sold for. So let's go down here. And yep, highest $7,884. So that's good. That's a new record for this book. 3 creators there. Coming number 3, Fantastic Four issue 1, season 2.5. First appearance of the Fantastic Four Mole Man. Asking the sold price was $9,711 with 40 bids. So let's go over to Heritage. Well, Heritage with 2.5 right here. And this book sold as high $21,600. So that's a drop of $11,889 back in October 2021. And then we'll go right here. And we have another one sold for $18,057.60 back in November 2021 there. When Fantastic Four movies come in, so probably, I don't know, it's a good time to buy this book or not, though. I think the hype stays, though. Once the hype died down, book might be a little bit cheaper, though, but who knows. Coming number 2, X-Men issue 1, grade CC 5.5. This book came out in 1963. Asking price was $12,963, but it's actually sold for $11,887. So let's go with the Heritage. With Heritage, we have 5.5 right here. And this book sold was high $26,400. So that's a drop of $14,153. This was back in September 2021. And then we have one sold for $25,200 back in August 2021. And then let's do one more. And then we have one sold for $19,200 back in September 2022. Coming number 1 this week, Crash Comics issue 4, CGC 8.5. This book came in 1940. First origin and appearance of Catman, and this is the second highest grade though. The asking price was $17,500, but it's actually sold for $15,000. So let's go over to Heritage. Unfortunately, we don't have. I can't find any 2.5, and there's one that's sold for 2.5 right here. And so for $3,840 back in September of 2023. And then we have a 6.0 right here, and that was back in 2007, so for $2,270.50 there. So I mean, not too many of these books are available, and so not a good comparison there. Well, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.